Hey guys, it's your girl Nida and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a nice spring, colorful, dewy look for y'all, so here it is. Make sure to keep watching to see how I achieved it. Alright, let's start this off with the eyes. I'm going to be taking my Morphe 35OM palette because y'all know how much I love that palette. I use it in almost every tutorial in some capacity. I'm going to be taking that light orange shade there and I'm going to be using that as my transition color. Alright, so for my next shade, I'm going to be taking that deep orange shade there, and I'm going to be putting that down in my crease, directly in the crease. I wanted this really bright wash of orange, and this color really did it for me. My goal for this look was for it to be a halo eye, so I made sure to take that color down into my inner and outer corners. Alright, I'm going to go back into the palette and I'm going to mix these two colors because I found that they both mix to this great kind of brick reddish kind of shade, and I'm going to use that to deepen up my inner and outer corners. And as always, make sure you blend out those harsh lines. I decided to go back in a little with that transition color just to soften out the edges. Alright guys, I'm going to be taking this NYX glitter primer. This is going to be a little different. I know you're thinking probably, oh, she's going to use glitter. No, I'm not. So I couldn't get my hands on any MAC mixing medium liner, so I'm going to be using this kind of like a mixing medium to help keep these shimmer shadows out on my lid. I kind of have hooded lids and my shimmer shadows tend to end up everywhere by the time I open my eyes. So I'm going to be taking a few shades from the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I'm going to be using just Peachy, Nectar, and a little bit of Candy Peach, and I'm going to mix them together on my finger and pat them on the lid. The glitter primer worked out pretty well to help them adhere, and I think I'd definitely try this again. I just got my hands on the NYX mixing medium, so I'm going to be trying that as well to see if that works better. I'm just going to be going in and blending out those edges to make sure everything is nice and seamless and the colors just kind of flow from one color to the next. Now it's time for lashes. I'm going to be putting on some mascara. This is the Renegade Mascara by Wet n Wild. I used the ARDELL Natural 110s, I believe, and I stacked them so I could get a fuller body look. I really like ARDELL lashes. They wear pretty comfortably and they're very inexpensive, but I just feel like the style, the natural style, just isn't as full as I want it. So I tend to stack them so that way I can get the body I want and still the length, and it still looks natural and cute. I use duo glue, and if you would like to know where I got the lash applicator from, it is from AliExpress. I can see if I can find one and drop a link in the description box for you guys. Alright, moving on to my face. I'm going to be spritzing this Mario Badescu facial spray all over, and then I'm going to pat that in with a Real Technique sponge. Then I'm going to be priming my face with my SMASHBOX Photo Finish Primer Water, and I'm going to also pat that in with a Real Technique sponge. Okay, once I have my face all primed, I'm going in and doing a little bit of color correcting with that orange shade from the NYX concealer palette. If you recognize this palette, it was in my full face using products that I hate video. I've decided to repurpose a lot of those products, and I have been over the course of a couple months now since I filmed that video, but I just haven't brought it up. So I'm using this palette to color correct, and my trick to using this right now is I sit it on top of like a bowl of water, of hot water to warm up the product, and then I go in with my finger and I'm able to pick up the product much better because it's looser. It melts it just a little bit, and then I'm gonna go in and pat it out with my beauty blender. This concealer actually works really well for the little acne scars and discoloration that I do have on my face. It sits great under my foundation and it wears very long. After I'm done blending out my concealer, I'm going to go in and put on my Tarte Hybrid Gel Foundation. I'm going to be stippling this all over my face. This is in the shade Deep Sand. When the girl in Ulta initially showed me this foundation, I was like, girl, bye. And then when she actually put it on my face, I was like, okay, girl. And then I got home and put it on my whole face, and I said, go ahead, girl. So I'm telling y'all, like, this has become my favorite foundation. It's super lightweight. I love the coverage. It's a light to medium coverage, but it's very, very buildable. It feels so smooth on the skin. It's very hydrating. I really love it. It dries down to maybe like a semi matte. It's like in the middle because it doesn't feel too matte and it doesn't feel super dewy. So it's perfect. And I usually, what I do is I stipple it on. I go in with a foundation brush. This is my favorite e.l.f. foundation brush that I'm using right now. And then I go back over it with my beauty blender just to blend it out and pat it in, and it just looks so flawless. I absolutely love it. It's very long wearing. I'm gonna do an in-depth video and actually like really talk about the product because this is a super long clip for a voiceover. So y'all saw I had to put that napkin there. My foundation straight up disrespected my top. But anyways, gonna go back in, pat out that foundation, blend it out, make sure it's nice and smooth. For under eye concealer, I'm using my Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Tan. This was another product that somebody in Ulta was like, oh, it's amazing, you know, you're gonna love it. And I was like, all right, I'll see about that. So I decided to try it. I actually really love this concealer a lot. I love the formula. It's super creamy. I love that it blends out to more of a natural finish. I tend to, when I highlight and contour and stuff like that, I don't want like a super bright under eye. But I feel like this definitely was great. The shade range on this is pretty good. When she first told me it was tan, I was like, girl, do I look like I wear tan? But you get it home and you try it and you're like, I wear tan. But I really love this. It's pretty light. It's pretty light in coverage, which is fine for me. Today, I'm going to add a little bit more because I wanted a little extra coverage. But it's actually a really great concealer, and if you're looking into a high-end concealer, I would definitely consider this in the runner-ups. Alright, so now I'm just going to be setting my under eye and my forehead and nose with my RCMA No Color Powder. I'm not going to be baking, so I'm going to sweep that away pretty quickly with my big fluffy brush here. And on my brush I have some of my Sephora Micro Smooth Powder, and I'm going to be using that to set the rest of my face as well. Alright, now I'm going to be contouring with my NYX contour kit. Now, you're not going to see this on camera because I had set it down and then I did it. But I'm going to be taking basically all 4 of those bottom contour shades to create the contour shade that I need. The deepest color, for some reason, just looks really muddy on me. And the lightest or medium colors just don't give me the contour that I want. So I accidentally did this, and then all of a sudden I just started doing it and it worked. It actually did what I needed it to do. And then I'm going to be taking that fluffy brush, and I'm going to be just kind of diffusing my contour a little bit because sometimes I go a little ham trying to chisel this round face of mine, and I have to rein myself in there. And now I'm just going to clean up under that contour with a little bit of RCMA powder. For blush, I'm going to be using my BH Cosmetics Professional 10 color blush palette, and I'm just going to take this orange blush here and pop that on my cheeks. I didn't want something pinky. I wanted to kind of keep with the orange on my lids, so I went for an orange type blush. Alright, so now I'm going to spritz some Mario Badescu facial spray all over my face and then go back in with my Milani Make It Dewy setting spray, and I'm just going to bathe in this. Alright, next I'm going to be taking my Anastasia x Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit, and I'm going to be taking the shades Daydream and Glow Getter, and I'm just going to highlight my whole face. So the usual suspects, you know, high points my cheeks, bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow, and then I was like, I want to glow. So let's just keep highlighting until I am glowy. So within all the excitement to highlight my face, I forgot to contour my nose. So that's what I'm doing right here. So clearly because I'm extra, I'm going to add more highlighter. So I'm going to go in with Laura Geller Gilded Honey and put that on top of everything I already highlighted. And I just made sure to re-spritz my face with some more Milani Make It Dewy. When I tell y'all I was bathing in this stuff, I don't even know how I still have more than like half the bottle left. With me and my niggas, yeah, me and my day ones. Don't they say girls just wanna have fun? We gon' be doing them all. Alright, so I'm just gonna go back in with this small e.l.f. brush, and I'm just going to blend out that highlighter a little bit. It was looking a little harsh, so I was like, let me blend that out and make it look a little more natural. For lips, I'm just going to be lining with my MAC Chestnut lip liner, and then I'm going to be filling in my lips with NYX matte lipstick, I believe in the shade Butter. And then I'm going to be going over it with a NYX lip gloss. Well, I don't know why I paused so long for that. With a NYX lip gloss, and I believe it was in the shade Buttercream. I'm not entirely positive, but I will leave a link below so that way you guys can check it out. I'll leave links to everything I used on my face today so that way you guys can check it out. Pictures we can't even post. No. We could keep it on the low. We could keep it on the low. Don't need nobody to know. Don't need nobody to know. As soon as you and your friends. Alright y'all, that pretty much concludes the tutorial. If you decide to recreate this look, don't forget to tag me on Instagram or Twitter. All my social media links are in the description box. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you hit that little bell on the way out so you don't miss when I do an upload. And I'll see y'all on my next one. Bye.